So good morning. Approximately 1:56 this morning, we had a group of individuals engaging in fights down here at 5th and Hennepin. Officers heard the sounds of shots fired when they were breaking up some of those fights, and they immediately ran into the gunfire where they found multiple victims. 5 victims were struck by gunfire. Officers performed life-saving measures on those victims. One victim, the officers performed CPR. Another victim, the officers put on a tourniquet. All 5 of those victims were transported to the hospitals. Sadly, 2 adult males, 20 and 21 years old, succumbed to their injuries at the hospital. 3 additional females received non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. 2 were juveniles, 16 and 17-year-old female, and 1 23-year-old female. Officers recovered a lot of evidence from the scene, to include a firearm. 1 person was taken into custody and will be booked for PC riot. Homicide detectives are investigating. 5 families had their lives changed last night, and our hearts go out to them. It's extraordinarily tragic when we're seeing across the country that these arguments escalate into violence so quickly, and particularly gun violence. We'll continue to have a robust plan, late night safety plan down here with 21 days apiece that are helping us. We're beefing up, supplementing our late night safety plan downtown, and Hennepin County Sheriff Witt is going to be assisting, sending us resources our way. We're also adding additional resources with Minneapolis cops, and we're going to be sending mounted patrol down here as well. With that, do you have any questions?
We just saw another horrible incident last week, exactly right here. Do you know why it's happening at this intersection?
I'm not sure why it's happening. We're scheduling meetings with licensing to see if there's a particular business, why they're hanging out down here. Recently, we've seen a lot of food vendors that we've been doing a lot of late night safety details for unlicensed food vendors, and we're working with the city licensing on that problem. So that's drawing in some of the activity down here.
Is there anything to say that the incident last week and last night are connected at all, or is it just kind of a coincidence?
So this is a preliminary investigation still, open homicide investigation, but we have no evidence right now tying the 2 incidents together.
Are you looking for other suspects? You said 1 in custody, but anyone else?
We have 1 in custody for PC riot. Homicide investigators are still interviewing people and searching through a lot of evidence right now. So we're hoping to get someone in custody soon.
So other people are involved that you're looking for?
Other people are involved.
Okay. How many people were a part of the fighting with the groups?
I just know that there was several small groups that were fighting. I don't know the exact number.
So basically they're fighting, the cops get called, the cops are there, they hear the gunfire, they run into the crowd, and then 5 people are down.
Yes, they're responding to multiple little fights that broke out, and that's where they heard gunfire and immediately ran into the gunfire and found the 5 victims and recovered the firearm.
I mean, you just said it, 5 families, their life is changing. It just seems like every weekend there's just been so much violence. Are you exhausted with this? It's so much to respond to, so much to see.
It is exhausting for our police officers to have to continue, especially with gun violence, and exhausting to, talk to family members that are so tragically affected by this. But I will say we've had an enormous amount of events downtown where we have no problems whatsoever. With our late night safety plan, we continue to have it down here because of these small, isolated events. Not small, it's tragic. Isolated events where this arguments break out into gunfire or violence.
There was, I believe, a shooting on 54th and Nicollet as well around the same time. Can you confirm what happened there, or if that was a shooting?
So we did have a shooting at 54th and Nicollet this morning around 2:50 in the morning. There was 2 victims with non-life-threatening injuries and 2 firearms recovered. So investigators will be investigating that as well. The 2 incidents don't appear to be related.
Okay. And then just back to this case here. Young people, again, what is going on?
I'm not sure why the draw is downtown for young juveniles that are continuing to come downtown and hang out. That's why we're continuing with the details that we have with the officers doing the licensing checks and other things and extra patrols down here for the weekend.
Do you know how many extra patrols will be out here?
We usually don't give out numbers for operational reasons, but we'll have extra on top of supplementing that late night safety plan from throughout the city.
And when does that take effect?
Tonight.
With the
Hennepin County Sheriff's Office and Metro Transit Police Department's also great partners of ours. They're down here. 21 days apiece is a very helpful partner of ours.
Can you explain more about that program?
21 days apiece. Yes, they're civilian peace organization that They walk around downtown. They try to head off and reduce any violence before it begins. They basically grow relationships with the folks down here, and they get to know one another, so they can simply walk up and ask them if there's an issue to quell the violence.
Like violence interrupters.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just to confirm, 2 dead, 3 injured?
Yes.
Thank you. Other than extra patrols and that project you just talked about, is there any other proactive things that your department can do?
Well, I think our CERT team and our gun investigation units and our REACT teams have been working extensively with our federal partners and going after recovered guns, right? So they've been doing a lot of details, Fed details. We partner with Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, VOTIF. They're all part of that detail. Several agencies are part of those details to get these guns off the street.
Where did this happen?
Trevor, do you know? Well, 5th and Hennepin, but I don't know.
Well, like last weekend, this hit and run was right here.
I'm not sure the exact corner right now.
Is it tied to something else at all?
We're not sure what business. We're still looking into it.
And then forgive me, but you said how many guns were recovered at this location?
One firearm.
But do you think just one firearm was used, or you still don't know yet?
It's still too early to tell.
What specific firearm are we talking about? What type of weapon was used?
This is a handgun.
Okay, gotcha.
I should say we recovered a handgun. We're still investigating what other weapons were used, if at all.
And if we can make sure we got your first and last name and title and all that.
Yep, Katie Blackwell, Assistant Chief.
Can you spell for us so we don't mess it up?
Yes, Katie Blackwell, Blackwell.